So let's now go to the global drug situation. These are the topics under the global drug situation. History, the drug trafficking, the important drug routes, or the organized crime group behind the global drug scene. So number one, from the history, the book of Judges, Samson. Samson was the strong man that was dragged by Delilah, diba? And also from the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, people were high on drugs all the time, so God punished them. In the ancient Roman literature, Cleopatra drank a narcotic-laden wine and let herself beaten in the beaten by the snake in the Nile River. And marijuana, oldest tree to be cultivated by the Incas of Peru. It is a sacred tree according to the Assyrians. And there was this called hashish, derived from the name of Hassan, a Muslim leader, cult leader, who fed his disciple a preparation from the resin of marijuana as a reward for their successful activities in assassination. Opium plant, cultivated by the Sumerian, Hippocrates, the father of medicine, prescribed it actually as medicine. It was first harvested at Mesopotamia. Emperor Yongchen, he triggered the Opium War. What is the Opium War? It is between versus the China and Great Britain. Great Britain wanted to sell opium, but Emperor Yongchen burned all ports because he saw that people were getting addicted and getting lazy. So, ayun, nag-opium war, natalo actually si Emperor Yongchen, bumalik yung opium trade. So, drug war yun literally. Friedrich W. Sarah Turner. So, he discovered morphine. So, the soldier's disease, di ba? So, derived from the Greek word Morpheus. So, sikat yan sa soldier noong World War I because kahit natamaan ka, if you have morphine in your body, you will not feel that pain actually. You still go. Friedrich W. Turner. He discovered aldehyde. He discovered heroin, diacetyl morphine. Nanggaling sa morphine and it's called a miracle drug. Ayan. And codeine actually. Meron pa yung codeine na discovered in France. It was also a derivative of opium. Ayun. Both morphine, heroin, codeine was derived from the opium. So, history of drug abuse in the Philippines. In the pre-Spanish era, masticatory preparation. What do you mean masticatory? Hinang galgal-galon lang or parang gum ang masticatory na you use your teeth only, you will not swallow it. So, nga was their form of drugs noon. Fermented alcoholic beverages, yung mga pinerment mong rice wine. So, yun lang actually yung nakikita noon na parang may droga dito sa Pilipinas. We did not actually abuse them, or I don't know. And here comes the Spaniards. So, the Spaniards actually brought the different drugs. They only allowed themselves and the Chinese to use opium. And they used the drug trade, or they monopolized the drug trade in the Philippines. And here comes the American. In 1906, they allowed Chinese by the use of a license to use opium, but in 1908, they totally banned it. And in Japanese era, yung drug addicts natin bumaba in Asia because the Japanese didn't allow anyone to use drug, which is good, di ba? And in RA 953, it's a law that provides the registration of collection and the imposition of fixed and special taxes upon all person who produce, import, basta taxes on the dangerous drug. And pinagbabawal ang pag-cultivate ng opium plant and marijuana. I think, yeah. In RA 9425, it is the Old Dangerous Drug Act of 1972, wherein the Dangerous Drug Board was created. RA 9165, ito na yung in current law natin for dangerous drug. Comprehensive Dangerous Drug of 2002, it widens the responsibilities of the DDB and the PDEA. And RA 10640, an act further strengthening the anti-drug campaign of the government, and it amends RA 9165, specifically Section 21, di ba? So what is the first important drug route of the world? So from Middle East to Turkey to Europe to USA. So in Middle East, they discover a plant, cultivate, harvest mga dangerous drugs. They pumunta sila sa Turkey para i-distribute, to Europe para i-manufacture pa yung mga dapat i-manufacture, synthesize, and refine, and to USA for marketing. The second important drug route is the Golden Crescent and the Golden Triangle. Golden Crescent muna. So, IAPI. Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India. So, they are the major supplier of opium poppy, marijuana, and heroin in the western part of Asia. At least 85%, 90% of illicit heroin channeled in the drug underworld market. Golden Triangle, MLT or BLT, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand. 60% of opium and heroin in Southeast Asia. 60% of opium and some heroin in Southeast Asia, and 90% opium in East Asia. World's drug scene in the Middle East, particularly the Bekaa Valley, Lebanon. They were the biggest producer of cannabis in the Middle East. Lebanon, transit country for cocaine from America to European illicit drug market. Parang transit country is ruta. Dadaanan from America to European. Spain, the world major transshipment point for international, parang imbakan. In the Europe, the paradise of drug users in Europe. Sino yung naman dito sa Asia? 'Di ba? Philippines, 'di ba? South America, Colombia, Peru, Uruguay, Panama. Basta pag naririnig yung South America, cocaine yan. Maraming cocaine dyan. Pero marijuana, Mexico. Pag Philippines, second siya sa marijuana. So Philippines also the major transshipment point of the worldwide distribution of illegal drugs from shabu and cocaine from Taiwan and South America. The drug paradise, drug abusers in Asia. India, the center of the drugs map, leading to a rapid addiction among its people. And also, it is actually the pharmacy of the world kasi alam mo yung generic, yung branded na gamot, ginagawa nilang generic. Same effect, but different price. Indonesia. Northern Sumatra has traditionally been the main cannabis growing area in Indonesia. Bali, Indonesia is an important transit point. Drugs en route to Australia and New Zealand. Bali, Indonesia is a vacation island yan. And it is near Australia and New Zealand. Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand, most favorable site of drug distribution with the Golden Triangle and other parts of Asia. China, transit route for heroin from the Golden Triangle to Hong Kong. It's also the country from where the ephedra plant is cultivated. Source for drug of ephedrine, principal chemical substance for the drug of shabu. It's the world's transshipment point of all forms in Hong Kong. Japan became the major consumer of cocaine and shabu from the US and Europe. So, punta tayo sa organized crime group behind the global drug scene. So, puro Colombia siya. So, sila yung nag-organize ng international drug routes, especially yung Colombian meddling cartel that is founded by Pablo Escobar Gaviria, Jose Gonzalo Rodriguez Gatcha, Juan David, and the Ochoa brothers. So they were responsible for the world's first drug trafficking network. So sila yung first na international distribute ng mga cocaine. And they were the Colombian government succeeding in destroying this cartel, pero nag may ibang cartel pa. At after the death of the Medellin cartel, may Cali cartel tayo. So, it was founded by Gilberto Rodriguez Orajuela, or also known as Don Chepe. Under him, the Cali cartel was considered the most powerful organizations in the world. 90% of the cane was responsible in the world by only this cartel. It is called the best and the brightest of the modern underworld. They are professionals of the highest order, intelligent, efficient, imaginative, and nearly impenetrable by the USD Drug Enforcement Agency. Yun. And the Chinese Triad, also called the Chinese Mafia, is the oldest and biggest criminal organization in the world. It is believed to be the control of the Golden Triangle with international connection on drug trafficking. So, ano naman dito sa drug syndicates in the Philippines? So, may Binondo-based Chinese syndicate tayo. And that is identified by, as the nucleus of the Triad Society, the Bamboo Gang based in Taiwan, and the 4K based Hong Kong. The Bamboo Gang is the influence of the Green Gang of the Chinese Triad, while the 4K is the newest among the Triad family, established only in 1947. The Filipino-Chinese drug syndicates are groups responsible in the smuggling of shabu into the country. So most drug couriers use Hong Kong, Taiwan as their embarkation point for the Philippines. And recently, intelligence reports revealed that a large quintlets of shabu are smuggled in the country directly from mainland China through commercial airlines and Asia Sea vessels. The most common modus operandi by the syndicates posing as fishermen along Philippine seas, particularly in La Union, Ilocos, and Pangasinan, where they drop their shabu to shoreline-based members. Syndicates are famously involved in marijuana cultivation and others drug smuggling, including drug manufacture. Although this is outdated, no? Ngayon is meron pa nga yung African na organized crime group nang galing yung mga shabu eh. Pero it's important to know. Binasa ko lang iba kasi for you to hear kapag audio lang yung nakikita niya sa presentation.